let's take a look here at exponential decay. Exponential decay is going to be similar in many ways to exponential growth, except for, yes, this time our value, our investment, our starting amount is actually going down instead of up. So here is our definition. It's a quantity that decreases by the same percent in each unit of time. Our formula is going to look very similar to what we were doing with growth, except for now with decay, we're decreasing, we're subtracting whatever that rate of decrease is. We still have the same variables. A is the amount or our answer after a certain time. P is the principal or initial amount of our investment or whatever the starting quantity is. We're subtracting now though, but R is still rate written as a decimal. T is still the time period. So your iPod Nano, you probably don't even know what that is these days, but that was the crave, I don't know, 2008 maybe? So your iPod Nano was originally $200. Like all electronics, or most electronics, it loses value every year. It depreciates at the rate of 20% per year. Some electronics these days depreciate much faster than that. What will be the value after 4 years? So let's see here. My starting amount is $200. The rate that it's decreasing by now is 20%, which I would write as a decimal. Divide that 20 by 100, you get 0.2. And we're wondering about the value of that Nano after 4 years. So our answer or amount will be $200 times 1 minus that 20% as a decimal, raised to the power of 4. So guess what? When you should be getting this on your calculator, that Nano is now worth 26 bucks or $25.92. Makes you question getting that nice phone, right? Man. So hopefully you enjoyed it, but it did cost you 175 bucks over 4 years. Well, you think that's kind of weird? Think about a new car. The Smiths purchased a brand new Chevy for, I think I changed it for you all, didn't I? I think we called the Chevy $33,000. My bad. $33,000 in the year 2010. The average car depreciates at 20%. Oops, we changed this to 18% because Chevys are getting a little bit better these days. 18% each year. How much is it worth now? Sorry about those changes. So this is what your note sheet says, and that's what we'll go off of for the value. So my initial amount or initial value of the car is $33,000. The rate that it's decreasing is 18%, or 0.18, and we're wondering about how much it's worth now. So they purchased a brand new Chevy in 2010. Well, now it's 2017. So let's see here. We've had 7 years pass. T is 7. So here we go. Oops. Our answer, or the amount that the car is worth now, will be equal to 33,000 times 1 minus 0.18, because we're losing that 18% every single year for 7 years. So what you should be getting here is $8,226.42. Keep in mind, that's not how much they lost or how much they lost in value. That's how much the car is worth now. About 8,000 bucks. Which is about right? If you go to buy a 7-year-old car, they're about that much money, and that's fine to own a new car. Something to think about with life choices, though, is that over that 7 years, it cost you, what is that, about $25,000 for the 7 years that you had it. I'm just taking 33,000 minus 8. It's 25,000 bucks. My rusty van's been costing me about $1,000 every year. So it'd be $8,000 or $7,000 over these 7 years. So I'm saving some money driving that rusty thing. All right, let's get a visual on this. Let's pretend. So talking about decay, let's play a little game where we have 1,000 pennies in a cup. Shake the cup, shake them all out. Boy, I don't want to have to do this at first. Not it for picking up the tails. After you shake, remove all the tails. So you shake them, some are heads, some are tails. You take the tails out and you buy some Tootsie Rolls with them. You put the heads back in the cup and you shake it. And you do the same idea. Every tail that you get on this next shake gets removed. So then what's going to happen to the number of pennies? The number of pennies is going to decrease. Likely every single shake, because likely you'll get some pennies every time, right? Now we're going to go theoretically. So we're going to say, well, theoretically, half of them should be pennies. So that means that, let's talk about our variables here. We're starting with 1,000. What percent of pennies are going to be tails, theoretically? 50%. So we're going to lose 50% of our coins every single flip. How many times are we flipping it? What's our T? Depends on what flip it is. So we start with 1,000 pennies after 0 flips. After the first flip, so let's see, we're starting with 1,000. We're taking 1 minus 0.5, right? Because 50% is the same as 0.5. And we're just flipping it once. What do you think should happen here? How many pennies should we have left if we lose half of them? We'd have 500, right? That's what your calculator should say. But remember, this entire time, we just used this starting amount. So after 2 flips, I'd start with my same starting amount. And it's always 1 minus the rate. But now this is my second flip, or this is like my second year of owning the car, my second year of owning the electronic. So what will this give you? Before you punch it in or hit equals, think about the story here. We're losing half of our tails every single time because half of them will be tails and we have to remove them. So what's half of 500? Yep, you should get 250, and your formula should tell you 250 as well. What if we skipped right to 3? If I started with 1,000 pennies and I play this game and I play the game 3 times, I do 3 dumps of the coins, how many would I have left? Well, it would be half of that. When you punch this into your calculator, you should get 125. So after 2, it was 250. And after 3 cup flips, it's 125. And you can keep on going with this, just keep on changing your exponents. But now when you take 125 and you divide it by 2, you get 62.5. Let's just round. In this case, we'll round up because it's 62.5, so we round that up. So 62.5, which is right about there. This will keep on getting halved because we're losing half of them. So numbers are going to get real small real fast. Should be getting 31 roughly, and then 16, 8, 4, 2, 1. I wonder, were you thinking if we started with 1,000 pennies and we played this game, were you thinking that you'd have only 1 left after 10 shakes? That 50% increase really lowers values really fast. If you were had an investment that had compounded 50% interest or gained 50% interest really fast, that'd also make you a ton of money. Oh, there's the bell. There's Decay. Let me know if I can help. Have a good weekend.